What's up, I'm Pete Crane. Here's my hybrid analog digital guitar recording rig. I'm going to show you a couple of setups today. The first one is based around my Mesa single rec Solo 50 head. I had the Mesa single rec head for almost a couple of years before I was able to really get the best sound out of it. The reason for this was just in my general living situation, I wasn't able to really crank it up to the point where it was operating comfortably. The thing with big high gain valve heads like that is that you really need to give them some welly in order for the valves to do their thing and really get it to sound as it was intended to sound. So my answer to that was to get an attenuator / load box, in this case the Rivera Rock Crusher. What this does is two main functions for me. One, it's a load box that takes the load from the amp without needing to pass it through to a cabinet and make a ton of noise in the room. The other thing it gives me is a line out. So it takes that massive power out of the amp and gives me a safe line level signal, which I take straight to my audio interface. From there, I run into my DAW, Cubase, and I'm running the 2 Notes Torpedo Wall of Sound plugin. What this does is emulates the tonal characteristics of a cabinet and a microphone. And that's why I'm calling it a hybrid digital analog rig. So I'm generating the tone in the real world, the real tubes and a real amp, and I'm passing that through to a line level signal, and then I'm applying a digital emulation of the characteristics of a cabinet and a microphone. The next setup I want to show you is a pedal-based setup. So instead of using an amp and an attenuator, this one is based around the Blackstar HT Metal pedal. This is a preamp pedal with a valve in it, with a 12AX7 in it, and I've got it sitting on my pedal board, hooked up via the noise gate that I've got here. I just want to share something that I only recently discovered, and I wish I discovered it earlier. If you've got a noise gate pedal that has a send and a return loop on it, such as the Boss NS2. What you want to do is make sure that you hook up your noisiest pedals, your fuzzes, your distortions, your overdrives, via the send and return of your noise gate pedal, rather than simply placing the noise gate pedal after these high gain pedals. The reason for this is that if you do it this way, the noise gate will key off the clean / direct guitar signal rather than trying to differentiate the noise from the signal of a fuzz pedal, which can generate massive amounts of noise. I wish I discovered this earlier, so maybe this is news to some of you guys as well. A bit about the Blackstar HT Metal pedal itself. It's pretty good. It's got lots of tone shaping capabilities to give you a couple of sweet spots. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think the main thing to be aware of with this pedal is not necessarily based on the sound, but it's a pragmatic thing, and that's that it only runs on 22 volts. And if you're trying to run a pedal board, it's going to be a bit of a bear to work with, because every power supply for pedal boards I've seen only goes up to 18 volts. So if you're going to run this Blackstar pedal, you're always going to need a separate adapter for it. Just something to keep in mind. It's just a bit of a hassle. I think it used to be 18 volts, but there were some sort of regulations changes that made them switch to 22 volts. But that's something to be aware of. But the pedal sounds good. So that's my current hybrid guitar recording setup. Am I 100% happy with it? Not entirely. I think there are a lot of variables that I need to iterate on. Honestly, I'm kind of relatively new to the whole cab simulation world, and I guess this is more of a sonic diary at this point in time in the journey than anything else. If you've got any suggestions of ways to iterate on this setup, absolutely hit me up in the comments. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. Please do subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.